Right. Yeah, here we are with more Amstrad Action, as per usual this time of the week. Uh, we're starting issue number 61, October 1990, £1.95. Britain's best-selling magazine for the CPC 464, 6128 Plus, GX4000 console. Still not an official Amstrad publication. Never has been, I guess. More reviews, more CPC reviews than any other mag. Join the party. Amstrad Action is 5. The new console is here to celebrate. A completely brilliant birthday competition. An absolutely brilliant birthday cover tape. A totally brilliant birthday board game. What? No Amstrad Action cover tape? Demand one from your newsagent immediately. And Fire Forget 2 first console game review. Except for Burning Rubber that we saw in the last issue, but yeah. Special cheat mode games index 2-in-1 and ultra basic under the microscope. Day in the life double bill. Alan Sugar the Amstrad story book review. Reviewing more books. Also got Monty Python, Iron Lord, Night Hunter, Skate Wars, Battle of the Bulge. Oh boy, we got Total Recall. You're not you, you're me. The year's top movie. Right, the lineup. Amstrad Action, October 1990. MC, what's new? Find out here. Reaction, the bit where our readers have their say. Seriously, happy birthday to us. The Amstrad Action potted history plus a brilliant free board game. Helpline, throw that man a life belt. Cheapmo 2, what, you haven't got your copy yet? The action begins on 47. Monty Python, just too damn stupid for words. Iron Lord, slashing, bashing, and strategy in feudal France. Have you got driving ambition? If so, you could cop a load of AA's absolutely stupefyingly 5th birthday compo. Don't miss out. You've got Skate Wars. You thought ordinary ice hockey was violent? Fire Forget 2. Tied us arms up for a battle against international terrorism. And AA's 5th birthday cover tape. A fully playable level of Iron Man and the complete Tower City. What a corker. We've got Monty Python, Iron Lord, Satan, Multiplayer Soccer Manager, woohoo, Night Hunter, Battle of the Bulge, Heroes, Skate Wars, Fire and Forget 2 console, Ace and Ace 2, Pro Golf Simulator, Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge preview. Amstrad's new era. Good grief, we've had an absolute flood of letters since last month's issue and the news about the new Amstrads. It seems a lot of CPC owners are really worried that they're going to be abandoned or left behind by the new machines and the software publishers. After all, how can a traditional CPC games compete with the new cartridge offerings making use of the extra dedicated hardware and the GX4000 pluses? And won't publishers forsake the traditional tape and disc for the surely more lucrative and money-spinning console market? Not a bit of it. The profit margins on console software are little different to those for tape and disc programs, and there already exists a huge market for tape and disc releases, a market which can only grow further with the sales of the 464 Plus and 6128 Plus. Most of all, though, Amstrad Action will continue to cater for all Amstrad owners. That means CPC owners, Plus owners, and console owners. This is not the beginning of the end. This is not even the end of the beginning. It is the beginning of the the end of continuing on page 621. Winston Churchill. Okay. Day in the Life special BMXs in New Zealand, fuzzy logic and nuclear reactors. Wild. Oh boy. New York Warriors. The year 2014, the future. New York is lost to organised crime. Only valiant few remain loyal to law and order. They are the Warriors. You, as the warrior, have to fight your way through the streets to save New York using an awesome array of devastating weapons. If you fail, New York will be destroyed by a nuclear device planted in the World Trade Center. You must not fail. There's apparently Spectrum screenshot on the top there. Huh. Okay. Amscene. Tape disc and cartridge. The software houses give their reactions to the new Amstrad console and Plus machines. Last month, we broke the news about the long-awaited new Amstrad computers, the GX4000 Games console, the 464 Plus, and the 6128 Plus. Here at the AA offices, we're all pretty excited about the new machine's potential, and many top software houses have pledged their support for the machines, with more and more games being planned. But we wanted to know what the people who are going to count, the software producers, really think about the new machines, and whether it spells the end of the road for the old CPC. Out with the old and in with the new. Gremlin Graphics boss Ian Stewart revealed for the first time that his company was actively involved in writing cartridge-based software. The first product will be Switchblade. It should be out in October. We're happy to be developing for the machine and have no doubt that it's going to be successful. When asked whether Gremlin had plans to release the same games on cartridge, tape and disc, Stewart replied, "That is a possibility. It would depend on how successful the cartridge machines are. We will not ignore the existing marketplace out there. What we're more likely to do is produce cartridge products, and at a later date produce the tape and disc-based products. This means, of course, that existing CPC owners will be catered for too. But we're producing the same titles across all three formats to discourage Plus owners from buying cartridges in favour of the cheaper tape or disc versions instead. They, console owners, get an improved product. We aim to ensure that the cartridge title is specifically improved over the software titles. If you've got the facilities, you can use them obviously. We're making full use of them. Widespread interest. Peter Calver, the man behind the software house Audiogenic, told us that while the company wasn't currently producing cartridge software, it intended to do so in the future. We are waiting at the moment for Amstrad to say that we're able to develop for it. We're very keen to develop for it. We're keen to develop for all consoles. I would have thought, given that Amstrad are a very, very well-known brand, same name in this country, that it ought to do well. Despite the fact that the new Plus range adds only £30 on top of the old CPC prices, however, Calvin was sceptical about the new models. I think that it will find a market, though not until they do start selling it without a monitor. Give it a built-in TV modulator and power supply, and they could get the price down. That would then look a very attractive machine. Bring on the budgets. Codemasters Mike Clark had a few things to say about the new machines. I've approached Amstrad about developing for the console, but we're still waiting to hear from them. The Amstrad console does look like an interesting ball of gum. We want to know more. We wondered whether the cost of cartridges would be prohibitive for budget games. There are a lot of different ways of looking at it. Budget software is probably out of the question on the Amstrad console. If we have to compete on a full price level, then we can do it, I'm sure. What about the fact that the 6128 Plus doesn't have any built-in tape interface? Comments range from "you're kidding" to "you've got to be joking." It's a bit of a funny one on Amstrad's part. I can understand them wanting different machines, considering the higher price point on the 6128. I can't understand why they didn't build in a capability for both. It's not pleasing news. Clark remained adamant that the Codies will still be producing budget software though. We can't stop producing cassette software. We won't stop. We don't have to stop. There's a huge user base for Amstrad cassette software. The response from the industry has been a very good one. Software houses are very keen to write programs for the new machines, while also realising that there is still a huge market out there for tape and disc software. It looks like everyone will be kept happy. Well, compatibility problems. Most of the previously available CPC peripherals, like external disk drives, are incompatible with the new range. The problem lies with Amstrad's choice of interfaces. Instead of the low-quality edge connectors used in the old CPCs, the company has opted for more robust and reliable D connectors. Certainly a step in the right direction, but it won't be able to connect old peripherals directly to the new machines. Luckily, it is only a physical problem. All that's needed is a simple adapter to allow connection. And it's likely that third-party hardware producers will quickly come up with such a dongle. Slightly more worrying is the fact that the 6128 Plus has no built-in tape interface. The CPC 6128 had a DIN jack socket that allowed direct connection to a tape cassette recorder, after all, for the loading of tape software. Again though, someone may well come up with an external tape interface. The program necessary to load tape-based software is already built into the ROM of the new machines. Very few cases of software incompatibility have been reported. Exhaustive tests in which over 400 pieces of software were loaded found only 7 which failed to work. Most of the programs that didn't pass the test were badly behaved utilities. They are suspected of directly accessing the old machine's ROM instead of using the proper jump block system. Manufacturers of such software are already working on new versions. Ah. Video spawns a radio star. A recent exciting launch of Radio 5 has not left AA unaffected. Apparently, there is to be a program called Formula 5, broadcast every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. This will be co-hosted by every other week by one of our best pals, Math Evans. Math is staff writer on our sister magazine, Amiga Format. On the radio, he will be covering all aspects of the home computer world, including, of course, the CPC and console scene. He'll be looking at and hopefully talking about the latest and best games and series releases too. The program will also be covering sci-fi, fantasy books, comics, environmental issues, and anything scientific and interesting. There will be a serialization of Captain Scarlet, Indestructible too, and this shouldn't, however, dissuade you from listening. The show will be hosted by Sue Nelson, an all-round science fan and intellectual. She also has a series on BSB and writes for the Sunday Times too. Math, on the other hand, doesn't. No. Microsnips introduces Club. Rural-based Microsnips, supplier of CPC hardware and software, has introduced the Microsnips Club. It is aimed at rewarding regular software buyers with generous discounts and bonuses. Membership is free, with members enjoying a 10% discount on software purchases, in addition to a free blank disc or tape with every order. Other benefits include a priority ordering service and a weekly release schedule. Our customers tend to be very loyal indeed, said Managing Director Paul Zabludo. And we wanted to reward them and show them that we appreciate their custom. He is expecting a large response to the introduction of the club, as offering the first 50 people to order through the club a free gift. The philanthropic Mr. Zabludo can be contacted at that number. Blitzed. Programming problems have hampered the production of SPM's Blitz Basic compiler. The program still suffers from several bugs, but is being sent out to waiting customers as a temporary measure. As soon as problems have been fixed, a finished version will be sent to all existing customers on receipt of their old master disk. Potential purchasers of SPM's compiler will be pleased to learn AA will be carrying a review of the product as soon as a finished debugged version is available. RAM-ROM. Developers of ROM-based software could well benefit from a new device from MicroStyle. The hardware company has come up with an innovation it calls RAM-ROM. It could eliminate all that erasing and reblowing of EPROMs. The plug-in widget has 32K of onboard RAM, which acts as ROM when the computer is in operation. Programmers can simply download the code into the unit and then test it out. It behaves as if it were a completely normal ROM. Programs stored in the ROM are reset-proof. The unit doesn't require any additional hardware and shouldn't interfere with any additional peripherals that may be connected up. ROMs normally take up 16K of memory, so the device allows 2 to be worked on at the same time. RAM-ROM is expected to cost just £13.95. Stereo sound blasting on the console. The CPC has always sounded better when connected to a decent stereo speakers, and Amstrad, quite often ready to listen to the public, has endowed the Plus range with stereo speakers built into the monitor. It sounds very impressive indeed. Simon Cobb, the man behind Siren Software, has come to the same conclusions. His Sound Blaster device is for those users without the dual speaker because of the latest Amstrad monitor. The Sound Blaster plugs directly into your CPC Plus or GX4000 and sends the sound output to a pair of 5 watt per channel speakers. These have a 3-inch woofer, a 2-inch honker, and a 1-inch tweeter, giving great all-round sound. Volume and balance controls are built in. For those who understand these things, the speaker's frequency response is 100 Hz to 20 kHz. Sound Blaster costs £52.99, including power supply. Siren is also giving free stereo headphones away with every order. Ooh, headphones. QuickJoy all around. Spectra Video to reduce the price of the entire QuickJoy range. There are currently 11 QuickJoys in the series, and most will have the prices cut by £1. This puts the cheapest, the QuickJoy Junior, at £4.95. The top of the range Top Star joystick, famed for its blatant and totally unashamed nudity, will now cost £23.95. Spectra Video is now Europe's biggest selling joystick manufacturer, and it is this success which is being quoted as the reason for the reductions in price. The company claims to supply joysticks for just about every taste, and is hoping that the outrageously naked Top Star will be as popular as many of the less provocative joysticks in the range. Music Fair goes north. The number of people using their CPCs for musical purposes is constantly growing. Thanks to articles in AA, more and more people are utilising the MIDI standard to create tunes and soundtracks. The British Music Fair is certainly the place to go to find everything musical under one roof. Up until now, it has always been held at Olympia in London, but the organisers have wisely decided to hold the next show at a more centrally situated location to put it in reach of enthusiasts from all parts of the country. Therefore, the next GMX Music Fair will be held from the 5th to 7th of October 1990 in the Windsor Hall at the Greater Manchester Exhibition Centre. Opening times are 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday. Entrance will be £3 for adults, £2 for under 14s. Friday 5th of October is Schools Day. Teachers and musical advisors can gain free admission with either a nut card or a letter of authority from their school. School parties of 20 or more will be charged only £1 per pupil, with accompanying teachers admitted free. CPC cricket star Bonanza. Challenge Software have secured a major coup with their signing of famous Hampshire and England batsman Robin Smith. Hooey! The game will, in deference to the great man, be called Robin Smith's International Cricket. It will simulate a one-day international with a high degree of detail. This is probably the most exciting kind of cricket to watch, owing to the speed at which it is played. Robin himself will be overseeing much of the creation of the game, and will popping off between programming sessions to notch up a couple of double centuries once again. Actually, he is the highest paid English batsman in the world ranking, and was the Daily Telegraph's Batsman of the Year. The game will have a TV-style view of the action, with the player having a complete control of his team and the playing positions. The game is due to be released in November, just in time for the Ashes in February 1991. More information is available from Mike Clark. Well, Gallup charts the best-selling CPC games. The full-price game, software priced over £4.99. Shadow Warriors by Ocean, Turrican by Rainbow Arts, World Cup Soccer 90 by Virgin, Football Man World Cup by Addictive, Chase HQ by Ocean, Batman the Movie by Ocean, Manchester United by Chrysalis, Robocop by Ocean, it's still there, Robocop 90 compilation by Empire, Italy 1990 by US Gold, Bomber by Activision, Gaz's Super Soccer by Empire, Turbo Outrun by US Gold, Soccer Spectacular by Bo Jolly, Double Dragon 2 by Virgin, Bloodwitch by Microsoft, Rainbow Islands by Ocean, Italy 1990 Winners Edition by US Gold, Heroes of the Lance by US Gold, and X-Out by Rainbow Arts. We've got budget games, software priced under £4.99. Got Pro Boxing by Codemasters, Paperboy by Encore, Big Trouble in Little China by Alternative, Temple of Doom by Kix, Rockstar by Codemasters, Jack the Nipper 2 by Kix, Matchday 2 by Hit Squad, World Cup Challenge by Players, Vindicator by Hit Squad, and A Question of Sport by Encore. I certainly like their soccer games. The Gallup charts, owing to rather strong and at times vociferous demand, we've decided to print the top 20 full-price Amstrad CPC games at the top and the top 10 budgets. See the panel of this page? Here, we just looked at that. Don't say we never listen to our readers. We hear everything they say, especially when they shout. Compilation crazy. Domark is gearing up for autumn with a pile of compilations soon to see action on your CPC screens. As well as the Heroes compilation reviewed this issue, page 60, another 2 are planned for release in the coming months. TNT will be available in September, possibly by the time you read this. It's a collection of 5 arcade games from Tengen, the company which Domark has an exclusive license with. Hard Driven, Tubin, APB, Dragon Spirit, and Zybots are the titles to appear in the compilation. Meanwhile, Wheels of Fire promises 4 high-speed driving games for your Amstrad that should reach the shelves for October. The games on offer are Ocean's Chase HQ, Turbo Outrun from US Gold, Power Drift from Activision, and Hard Driving from Domark. Yes, again. Both packages will retail for $14.99 on cassette and $19.99 on disc. Audiogenic breaks silence. After several months of apparent inactivity, we reviewed Emily Hughes' Soccer Manager over a year ago. Audiogenic is back with a plethora of new releases. Autumn launches are planned for at least 4 major titles. Watch out for reviews in the next issue of AA. Emily Hughes' Arcade Quiz features the famous footballer as quizmaster of a trivia quiz. Though licensed from Emlyn, it's not actually based on any of the TV quizzes in which Em has been team leader. Audiogenic claims that it isn't boring like other general knowledge quizzes can be, and has been especially designed for the computer rather than converted from an ill-suited format. Loops is one of those weird puzzle games. It's a cross between Tetris and Pipe Mania, and features brain-scratching action against the clock. The player tries to complete as many loops as possible within the rapidly decreasing time limit. Helter Skelter is an arcade game where you're in control of a bouncing rubber ball. The idea is simple. You have to bounce around, clonking various creatures on the head. It needs to be done in the right order, though. If not, well, the critters start to multiply. Exterminator is an arcade license that's a bit strange, really. You're not out to blast bug-eyed monsters from the Forbidden Planet, though. Instead, you don your Rent-A-Kill overalls. For the life forms you're out to exterminate are insects and other household pests. Should be interesting. All these games will be priced at $10.99 on tape and $14.99 on disc. Bye-bye to Bugs Guide. In our unstinting efforts to improve Amstrad Action, we have sadly had to bid adieu to the Buyer's Guide. The rapid expansion of the magazine is being blamed for this change. This issue will be the last time it will appear. The spaces it occupied will be filled by exciting and varied other things. We confidently expect a deluge of letters from outraged readers, but will not bend to this pressure unless the total number received exceeds 11. Don't you mean 1100? Ed. It's Wacky again. Fully illustrated, over 20,000 words per month. Proper AA format. Oh, sorry, it's A4 format. A4 format. Reaction. We have some female readers after all. This and much, much more. Okay. It's all I think about. Thank you, Hilary Slayman, for the encouraging letter on male images, AA56. It's times like these that I really want to scream. Your Brill mag is only at fault occasionally, not like some other computer magazines I could mention, but there should be no trace of sexism in it at all. And as for you saying that it is tempting to think that there aren't any female readers at all, that's absolute shit. After all, I get a copy every month, and it is passed around half my class at school, a single-sex school, and all my friends. Altogether, about 25 people read it, and that's only my copy. And you can't say that women are hopeless at computer-related subjects. After all, how many of you male readers have taught themselves Amstrad Basic at the age of 8, programmed an adventure game at 10, which Alternative are going to release, learned BBC Basic at that same age, and taught it to their female friends at 12? Not to mention inventing a type of art program that doesn't use any kind of program or software. It's just keyed straight into the computer using the spacebar, cursor keys, and several ink, pen, and paper commands. You get neat pictures too. And it just goes to show that women are the superior sex in anything that they turn their hand to, especially computing. I've started a group for women in computing. Contact me at the address below. After all that, your mag is #1 and I look forward to later copies. Could anyone help me? I found a cheatish thing in Rainbow Islands where if you press pause and hold down Island, it restarts the game. Is this a cheat or a red herring? I have to find out or I'll turn into a reincarnation of Emma Broadley, come to the AA office and slaughter you all with my killer rabbit. Thanks for listening to my waffling. Catherine Dawson, 1 Melton Close, Lancaster, Lancs. The vast majority of our readers are male. This is a fact. The magazine is tailored to our audience, so naturally reflects this imbalance. We would love it if as many females read the magazine as males, but this is unlikely. Let's face it, having said that, we do try our best to avoid being overly sexist. We have never said that women are hopeless at computer-related subjects, and we hope we have never implied it. Finally, it is nice to know we do have female readers after all. Worth every penny. I am an easygoing kind of guy, but there is one thing that really annoys me. That is being ripped off. Take, for instance, the Home Computer Club. I recently turned to the back page of their magazine and to my joy I saw Italy 90. Now, after reading a rave review of this game, I could hardly wait until it was in my collection. However, when I looked at the released at price on disc, it read at $19.99 and the club price read $14.99. This is a blatant lie, a cheat, because by the time PMP has been paid, the total price of the game would be more than it costs in the shops, $14.99. However, I am forced to pay this price because of the lack of disc games available in the shops. You would think that in Manchester, the home of Ocean Software, and the surrounding area, one of the biggest centres of population in the country, there would be a couple of shops which sold Amstrad games on disc. Not a bit of it. So as 618 owners are obliged to play over the odds through mail order, why are disc games not available? May I finish by saying to all the software houses reading this, it is about we had more non-licensed games like the brilliant Fiendish Freddy, instead of the thousands of megabuck licensed games which turn out to be such a disappointment. Chris Holt, Timperley, Cheshire. Now there's a reason for this. We don't know. We got the idea that Italian 90 was only $14.99 in the shops. From our review, it is in fact $19.99, as quoted by the Home Computer Club. So it's not ripping you off at all. In fact, as the club explained to us on the telephone not 2 minutes ago, it offered a 25% discount on the shop prices. Just what you're getting off Italian 90 is in fact at $14.99. Okay now? As for the shortage of disk software, we can only sympathise. The trouble is, smaller outlets will shift small numbers of games, and the majority of these will be on tape. So the logical solution is to cut overheads and sell tape games only. The license saga just goes on, doesn't it? Software houses are convinced that we all want licenses, and we're convinced we don't. Well, a lot of our readers anyway. Now then, if there are any licensed fans out there, write it and tell us. Sugarman dissolved. One day, while looking through some of my old AAs, I spotted a comic strip of Sugarman. I suddenly realised he's no longer in AA. I know you haven't got enough space in your run for mag, bootleg, grovel, etc., but couldn't you put him back in? I mean, he didn't take up much space, and he was interesting and funny. So please, etc., bring him back. Peter Hart, Norwich, Norfolk. The artist responsible for Sugarman has moved on to much loftier things. We feel that it would be nigh on impossible to equal such aesthetic genius, so we don't try. Pow. Cover tape conundrum. I've just looked at issue 90 of New Computer Express and noticed an article which says that you, Future Publishing, are launching a new magazine specifically for Commodore 64 owners. The article says that the magazine will cost $1.95 and that every month there will be a cover-mounted cassette. The reason I'm writing this is that when Amstrad readers have asked you if you could put a cassette on front of Amstrad Action, you said that if you did this, it would take the price of the magazine up to around $2.95. Why is it that you can release the Commodore magazine with cover tape for $1.95, and if you did the same for Amstrad Action, it would cost us $2.95? Keith Grimsditch, Reddish, Stockport. Oh dear, all this is very complicated. AA's budget, colour split, ad rates, etc. all set up for no cover tape. Commodore format has been designed, financially that is, to accommodate a cover tape right from the start. It is a bit complicated like. Don't worry, they'll fix that eventually. They will eventually put a cover tape on every issue. Just not yet. Cottage software. Hi there, as we've been customers of mail order companies ourselves, we know just how hard it can be for people to obtain good service. Well, look no further. Cottage Software is here to change all that and promise a reliable, friendly and efficient service. Also, we offer free help and advice to all our customers with tips, reviews, cheats and general help and advice whenever possible on any game purchased from us. Well, that's handy. We've got more letters. The Greek paradox. I have an Amstrad CPC 618 and I spend a lot of my spare time drawing certain pictures with my computer. I'd like to send these pictures to you, but I don't know what SAE means. I want my disc back. You see, I live in Greece, and that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Costas Selios, Greece. Well, an SAE is a stamped, self-addressed envelope. It enables the recipient of the tape or disc to send it back without having to write out an address on an envelope of the correct size and stick on a stamp of the correct value. In short, it saves a lot of time. At AA, we require only that anyone sending in stuff should also send in an envelope with their name and address on it. We'll pay the postage, so cost us send in the pickies. Some people who've been to Greece. Okay, some people have been to Greece. The Hollywood collection. Ooh. Robocop, Ghostbusters 2, Indiana Jones, Batman. Fun School 3. Learning is now even more fun. Your formats, Atari ST, Amiga, PC, both 5.25 inch and 3.5 inch disc, Amstrad PCW, Spectrum, Commodore 64, and Amstrad CPC. Happy birthday to us! At last, the truth can be told. The facts behind the launch and runaway success of Britain's favourite Amstrad CPC magazine. In the beginning, it was an idea. It was for a magazine. A certain Mr. Alan M. Sugar was inventing a revolutionary new home computer. It was called the CPC, and it was to create quite a stir. So, in the twinkling of an eye, Amstrad Action was born. The editor in these heady first days was Chris Anderson, the guy who set up the whole shooting match. He appointed Pete Connor after a time. It was eventually superseded by Matt Nicholson, Jim Nagel, Bob Wade, and Steve Carey, in that order. These last two are still at Future Publishing. Bob is the assistant plant waterer on the third floor, and Steve, having narrowly failed the interview for that post, is now editor of something called ST Format. But what changes have occurred to the magazine over the years? The first few issues were written on CPCs. The copies saved to disk and then taken to a printing house, which would print out the text on long rolls of paper. These were cut up and pasted into page formats in time-honoured publishing fashion. This is in sharp contrast to today's desktop publishing system, whereby the pages can now be laid out directly on the screens of Future Publishing's Apple Macintoshes. In the past few years, the content and style of Amstrad Action has changed almost beyond recognition. Its highly skilled team have lovingly crafted the magazine which you are enjoying now. Inevitably, though, all that talent concentrated in one place has led to bangers on and freeloaders. These miscreants are responsible for spin-off publications such as Amiga Format, ST Format, Commodore Format, New Computer Express, S, PC Plus, 8000 Plus, and Classic CD. All market-leading magazines in their particular fields, but none a patch on AA, of course, which is still Future's first magazine, and we reckon, naturally, the best. And long may it remain so. With the launch of Amstrad's new console and Plus machines, we can look forward to at least another 5 years of your favourite magazine. Yeah, just about 5 more years. And at the same time, we want to welcome all new Amstrad owners who have been so wowed by the new machines that have immediately had to rush out and buy one. Just remember, for all the latest and best cartridge, tape and disc reviews, programming tips, game cheats, hardware news, etc., Amstrad Action's the one you want. But the team. Rod Lawton, editor, a tall, mysterious figure with a rather unpleasant beard, Iron Rod as he's known, controls the production of AA and also finds time to indulge his favourite hobby of frog spotting. Rod is actually an extremely experienced author, sub-editor, and general mag organising person, and has previously worked on other worthy future publishing titles, Ace, New Computer Express, and ST Format. Adam Waring, reviews editor. It was a chilling autumn morning in 1989 when a gangling raw youth entered the AA offices by mistake. Where's Madam Fifi's exotic massage parlour anyway? After several heated conversations and a scuffle, he had secured the job of technical editor. By sheer coincidence, Adam Waring happened to know a vast amount about the CPC. He has been responsible for such epic CPC games as Lost Caves and Ninja Massacre, so he does know just a tad about machine code. James Leach, staff writer. Not 3 months ago, a miserable human wreck was found asleep, intoxicated in front of one of the officer's 6128s. Such apparent devotion did not go unrewarded, and when the intruder woke up, he found himself with the job of staff writer and a hangover. James Leach has arrived. His writing skill has since been honed to the point of non-existence, and he may well become one of Amstrad Action's most valuable assets, possessing 5 A levels, true, and a 3-legged gerbil. Ollie Alderton, art editor. A shy and retiring young lad called Ollie Alderton has been art editor on Amstrad Action for an amazing 4 years. Ollie has probably the greatest artistic bent since John Inman. Paul Tudor, art assistant. Paul is the most recent member on the Amstrad Action team, and quite frankly, he thinks we're all quite mad. Since he is, after all, an impartial objective observer, we are inclined to suspect he may be right. Elaine Brooks, ad manager. Elaine is Amstrad Action's most accomplished diplomat. She possesses enormous communications skills, an immense advantage when working with the rest of us, who frequently have to be reminded of our own names. The second longest serving Amstrad Action's teamster, and all-round good egg. Great birthdays. On this, our 5th birthday, we thought the time was right to look back over the past 5 years and pick out the highlights in Amstrad Action's illustrious history. In particular, how this worthy organ has grown with each birthday since it first saw the light of day. I'm not going to read all this. White colour on this light background is awful. First birthday, issue 13, October 1986. Second birthday, issue 25, October 1987. October 87, the A18 pioneers new desktop publishing techniques. FAST rated Glasgow Software Pirates in 1988. Oh, there you go. Here's where they are. Swindon, Somerton Chip Shop, and his future publishing apparently around here somewhere. Around there somewhere. Third birthday, issues 37, October 1988. Fourth birthday, issue 49, October 1989. Party games. Think you've got what it takes to bring out a successful magazine? Well, now's your chance to find out. On the next page, you'll find a special AA 5th birthday game, a slightly tongue-in-cheek exercise in modern publishing. Believe that and you'll believe anything. So, what are you waiting for? Full rules, playing board, and pieces of overleaf. But be warned, it ain't gonna be easy. Now we are 6. So now at the beginning of our 6th year, we feel it is time for a rousing chorus. All stand. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear AA. Happy birthday to you. Oh boy. Please note the original Happy Birthday tune is copyright, so the above words must be sung to the tune of Jerusalem, which isn't. Oh boy, where are they now? Chris Anderson is now the MD of Future Publishing, inventor of the now infamous company Lunch, painted pending, and part-time balloonist. Pete Connor has disappeared off the face of the earth after editing Amstrad Action. In its early days, he moved on to co-editing Ace with Steve Cook. Since then, he's become a man of mystery. Bob Wade has taken up pin selling at Bath Spa Railway Station. Bob turned his back on the glamorous world of publishing when he realised that the pay was virtually non-existent. Andy Wilton was Amstrad Action's first tech ed. Later on, he too moved on to Ace, and hence to PC Plus. Now he has left to pursue a career writing PCW software. Poor devil. Matt Nicholson was another CPCer turned PCer. He took over editorship from Pete Connor, and later moved on over to PC Plus. He now lives happily as a freelancer. Jim Nagel, took over the reins from Matt Nicholson for a very short time indeed. He disappeared and nobody ever saw him again. Richard Montero was Amstrad Action's next tech ed. After he went on to ST Amiga format and then ST format, he is yet another ex-staffer to go freelance, and now drives very fast cars and wears an immense suntan. Pat McDonald was the last tech ed before Adam, and the biggest thing to happen to AA. Since then, he's lost 20 stone and moved over to Amiga format. Trenton Webb was possibly AA's most renowned games reviewer, famous principally for being a complete warmongering psychotic, and thus ideally suited for the role. Sadly missed. Gary Barrett, poor Gary, was yet another AA staffer ultimately to be lured away by the promise of freelance riches. Last heard of writing extremely odd software for the ST. Steve Carey was the first voice to speak out in condemnation against the ban on street drinking in Bath. Steve has since limited his consumption to 3 streets a day, and now edits ST format, but we won't hold that against him, will we? Trevor Gillum has been art editor on almost every single Future magazine since his days on AA. He now resides peacefully on Commodore format. Magmania, the official Amstrad Action birthday board game. Your job is simple. You have to put together an entire issue of Amstrad Action and get it past the publisher's office. The first player to do it wins. Your issue has to consist of 1 games review, 1 tips article, 1 tech article, and 1 news story, in any order you like. When you've got them all, you have to get all the artwork. Then you've got all that, take it to the printers, and voila, 1 issue of AA complete. You will not believe how realistic this game is, nor would anybody with the slightest capacity for rational thought. Movement. Each player rolls a die at the beginning of the game. The player with the highest roll moves first. Play proceeds clockwise. A player moves by rolling the die and moving the number of squares indicated by the roll. A player cannot move diagonally. A player cannot move through the same space twice in 1 move, nor may he move through a blocked object. Players move off in the first instance from the publisher's office onto any of the squares marked P. If a player moves onto a square marked with a cable, alien, or an open envelope, etc., they miss their next go. Collecting articles. Players can collect articles in any order. A player collects an article by landing on one of the shaded squares next to a disc, rolling the die to see if they get the article. See the article collection table. Every time you successfully collect an article, you should tick it off on your flat plan. An example flat plan is printed on this page for you to copy. When all articles have been collected, move off to the art desk for the artwork and then head for the printers. The first player to get there is the winner. Problems you will face. There aren't any, except for the little X's all over the board. If your move ends on one of these, roll the die and have a look on your hazard table. Make sure it's your hazard table and no one else's. We don't know why it's called a hazard table because nothing bad can happen in the wonderful world of publishing. Obstacles. Nothing to worry about really. Obstacles are things that like the piles of letters in the tip section, cables strewn across the floor in the tech department, insane bloodthirsty aliens roaming the corridors between the game's desks, and lawsuits floating around the newsroom. If you land on one of these, you miss your next go. You can usually avoid these obstacles, but it could cost you more than simply missing a go to take the long route around. Your choice. Combat. There's combat. The AA team love each other. However, if your move ends on a square adjacent to another player, you can, but you don't have to, forget about love for a second, beat him up and steal things from him. What if he's stronger than you? You'll soon find out. Roll a die to find the answer. 1 to 2. Oops! You thought this would be easy. You were wrong. Your opponent gently smacks you in the eye and takes one article from you to teach you a lesson. He chooses which article to take. 3 to 4. Standoff. You each gently thump each other in the solar plexus and are both too winded to claim victory. 5 to 6. Got him! Your opponent is battered into submission and reluctantly hands over whatever item you want. The tea machine. No problem if you get called to the machine. All you have to do is land on one of the pink squares around it. Next go, you can just tootle off again. The publisher. The most feared thing in the universe. Get caught in his office and you may never escape, unless you throw a 6. In which case, you can move on to the P square of your choice. You can end up in the publisher's office by landing on an X square. You also have to go inside if you land on a P square. As you can see from the board as you're heading to the printers, with your complete magazine, it's going to be pretty difficult to get out without being called in for a proofread. Oof. Oh god, hazard table. James's hazards. Lock of hair falls over eyes. Trip and miss a go. New receptionist agrees to lunchtime date. Skip galley ahead. Taking another turn. Coffee machine breaks down. Go to machine to fix it. You lose a contact lens. Crawl around on floor and end up at the desk of your choice. Excellent. Elastic band flies across the office and hits you squarely on the nose. You drop an article of your choosing out the window. The publisher wants to discuss your very poor spelling. Go and see him. Rod's hazards. Beard gets caught in laser printer. Miss a go untangling yourself. Find a mouldy digestive biscuit in a drawer. Go to tea machine to get an accompanying brew. You win a game of Laser Squad. In the excitement, you take another turn. You get invited to a racing car freebie. Screech to desk of your choice. An unreliable freelancer wrote one of your articles. It's rubbish. Throw the article of your choice away. A blatant libel's been printed on Amstrad Action. The publisher wants an explanation. Go to his office. Game, art, news. Tea. Adam's hazards. Your freelance PD column is late again. Miss a go finishing it off. Your desk is in an appalling state. The publisher wants to see you about it. You look bleary-eyed from staring at a monitor all day long. You desperately need a cuppa. Go to the tea machine. You've managed to fix a set of wheels to your CPC. Skateboard to the desk of your choice. The faulty wiring of your homemade ROM board starts a fire. One of your articles is incinerated. Lose the one of your choice. You write an RSX that speeds you up. Take another turn. Ollie's hazards. You find your mountain bike behind the cupboard. Cycle straight to the desk of your choice. You're falling asleep. Go and get a coffee to revive you. You put an article down for a minute. You can't find it again. Lose an article of your choice. The deadline's been brought forward. An extra burst of energy allows you to roll again. The publisher wants to speak to you about the cover. Go to his office. You've stuck the wrong pictures in the wrong places. Miss a turn while you sort them out. Oh no. The article collection table. The article's just finished. Pick it up and wait for your next go. The article is ready and waiting for you. Pick it up and take another turn straight away. You have to stay to help finish the article. Miss a go, but pick it up next turn. Not ready yet. Miss a go and roll again. Disaster. The Macintosh has crashed, losing the complete article. You'll have to go away and come back later. What Macintoshes crash? Ooh. You're in such a rush, you spill coffee over everything, losing both the article you're collecting and the one you've already got. Your opponents choose which one. Oh. The arcade explodes. Fire and forget 2, the Death Convoy. Quick reflexes, speed, ingenuity, and nerves of steel are required to obliterate the oppressor. Super fast 3D action, 15 ingenious musical scores, 50 different types of enemies, 5 squad leaders to destroy, bonus levels, a multitude of arms and ammo, land and air combat, a fabulous adaptation of the arcade game. There's an arcade game? Is Todos making up their own arcade games here? Is it just me? Also, it does not list which systems it is for. Oh no, there we go. Atari ST, Amiga, IBM PC and compatibles, Amstrad CPC, Spectrum, Commodore 64, and Sega. Just Sega. Doesn't say which one. Helpline. Feeling helpful. Just send your name, address, phone number. Yeah. Oi. Helpline is for readers wanting help, tips, and pen pals, or offering any of the above. No money is to change hands, okay? This page is for free help only. If you send in an entry asking for money for your services, you're wasting your time and a stamp. It'll be straight in the bin. On the other hand, send in a cheque for £5 and you could go in small ads. Forum. Trouble with your technical bits? Here's the section for you. Mr. Extremely Angry. Oh no. I am at the point which I was at about 2 years ago. I'm extremely angry at your type-in section, which gets me so mad. This section caused me to stop buying AA 2 years ago, and it just might have the same effect again. Why is it that when all my checksums are the same as the magazine's listing, I get syntax error messages, etc.? Well, the stupid program just won't work. Take the August issue, L-Base and Pocket. Both these programs won't work. The Pocket type-in must be printed wrong, and as for the L-Base listing, it might be slightly useful to tell us that the program is meant for disk owners from what I can make of it due to syntax errors. All lines that contain clear input is probably for the 6128 only. That would be correct. Come on, AA, buck up your ideas and give us tape users some good utility programs for a change that work. Andrew Ramsbottom, Barnsley. Keep your hair on, Mr. Ramsbottom. We do our best, you know. We take great care to make sure that all type-ins work before publication. If an error does creep into the listing, we make sure that we print an explanation for the next possible issue. You'll find the explanation for Pocket above. L-Base was in fact printed correctly. It was a 6128 only program, as you surmised. Though it is probably possible to make it work with some adaptation. We were unable to test that particular type-in on the 464. Our printer, which is also pretty vital for this type-in, for obvious reasons, is connected to a 6128, and so we can only test printer-based programs on that machine. Oh. Amstrad going bust? My friend and I both own Amstrad CPC 464 computers. My friend's computer has just been sent for repair, but but he was told that they cannot get the parts needed because Amstrad are not producing any more parts or computers. To make it worse, he was told that we won't be able to buy software and anything else by the new year's. Amstrad are going out of business. Can you tell me if this is true or where the repairers were just trying to get out of doing work? Christian R. Desborough, Hull. Waring's coffee goes flying across the room. Amstrad going out of business? Certainly not. The recently launched console is proof of that. Take your computer elsewhere. There should still be plenty of spares available to make your poorly machine better again. Amstrad going bust? If it was, would this man be smiling? Are Commodore 64 games as good as Amstrad ones? Are they? Heck! Radio transmission. Regarding the letter from Andrew Snook, Maplin Electronics sell an RTTY kit which suits his specification. The link to the Amstrad is via RS-232. RTTY stands for radio teletype, which is a means of transmitting and receiving information by radio-like CB for computers. Now I have some questions of my own. 1. Is it possible to have machine code above 500 and be able to have a basic program? 2. Who is the guitar hero on page 36 of AA57? Does he want to sell that Fender Mustang? Marcus Fletcher, Carlisle. Thanks for the invaluable info. It was really interesting. 1. It might be. Why don't you try it? 2. It's Ollie. No, he doesn't want to sell it. It's not his. Oh boy, questions. I've just read the latest ish of Amstrad Action, the one with the wicked review of the Plus models and the GX4000, and I've been thinking very hard. If I was to upgrade to a 6128 Plus, I have an original 6128, would it be better for word processing programming as I do a lot of both? I've decided to buy a Magnum light phaser for my 6128. Would it work with a 6128 Plus model? Would I be able to connect a 6128 Plus up to a TV via an Amstrad modulator? Or use it with existing mono-color monitors? How much will the ROM cartridge cost for the new models? Would it be worth upgrading to a 6128 Plus, or should I buy a GX4000 console? I would be more grateful if you could answer my pleas for help, grovel grovel creep. Also, I would like to say how much I think your mag has improved over the months. It's well worth the £1.45. Paul Hinchcliffe, Ipswich. P.S. Why did the cool dude Trenton leave AA? Gosh, what a lot of questions. I'll do my best, here goes. The keyboard of the new machines has the same layout as the 6128. However, it has angled keys and definitely feels more responsive. No, the new Plus machines have a special light gun socket, whereas the Magnum fits into the expansion port. No, the socket that connects to the Plus to the monitor and modulator are different. It has more pins and it offers stereo sound output via the monitor. You could probably get a lead made up, but you'd lose the sound. We reckon that the cartridges will be around the £25 region. The 64 million byte question, one that thousands of CPC owners must be asking themselves. The actual computer, as opposed to console side of things, is the same in both the CPC and Plus ranges. That is, all the tape and disc software will behave identically. It's only when a cartridge is plugged in that the additional hardware is accessed, though it remains to be seen whether innovative programmers figure a way around these restrictions and start programming console-style games on tape or disc. The answer will be yeah, eventually. The point is that owning both a 6128 and GX4000 console gives you the same computing power as owning a 6128 Plus. Obviously, though, you'll need to find a spare TV to plug the console into. It's a slightly different story for 464 owners. The BASIC has been upgraded to version 1.1 in the 464 Plus, the same as in the 6128 machines. What you have to consider is the resale value of your current 6128 and whether it's worth shelling out the extra dosh over the £100 it would cost you for the console for a neat all-in-one unit. Also, take into account the new up-to-date design of the Plus range, and for someone who does a lot of typing such as yourself, the comfort of using a better keyboard. Only you can make that decision. I'm glad to hear that you find AA such value for money, because it's going up next month Ouch! Only 20p though. Trinity left for the lure of bright lights, fast cars, and more dosh. Actually, he's only gone around the corner to work on our sister magazine, Amiga format, felt all good, etc., etc., and still pops around to say hello and avoid doing any work. Good. Free for all. Gosh, a bit of an abbreviated free for all this month, folks. Right, assures me that it's only because of the competition for space this ish. So, and we'll be up to the usual two pages next time. For the sake, we'd better. So yeah, that's one page there. Public domain stuff. It's all you get. Cheat mode book still available. Amstrad Action's Mega 5th birthday competition. This was a tricky one. How on earth do you top something like the Amstrad Action 4th birthday competition we ran last year? No way, we thought. Instead of more goodies than you could possibly imagine like last year, we'd have to come up with something that was more fun than you could possibly imagine. And what we came up with was a day out kart racing at Castle Combe motor racing circuit near Bath for 6 lucky prize winners. And that's not all. We're presenting this treat in conjunction with software house US Gold, which is also providing goodie bags for all the winners at the end of the day. The AAT will be there in force too, and of course, do you think we'd miss out on the fun and the chance to go charging around a track at 200 mph and at 650 brake horsepower turbocharged? Well, something like that. So what are you waiting for? If you want to win a place at the biggest fun event in 1990, read on! Those prizes in full. 6 first prizes, a day out karting at Castle Combe, plus a US Gold goodie bag and ceremonial cake cutting. 50 runners-up prizes, your very own piece of Amstrad Action birthday cake delivered to your doorstep. Oh boy. Who wants a piece of birthday cake? We don't do things by halves, you know. Even now, plans are afoot for a special celebratory birthday cake from those wonderful people at Ocean, which will be wheeled out at Castle Combe on November 3rd. All the winners of the karting compo will get a slice, us two of course, naturally. But we reckon there's going to be some left over too. So as a special consolation prize for those who didn't win the karting day out, we'll be sending out pieces of the AA birthday cake to 50 runners up. Just think, you'll be able to have it mounted on a special marble plinth. Use it as a doorstop. Have it incorporated into the foundations of next door's patio. Or simply scoff the lot as soon as it drops through the letterbox. Yum yum. A cake earlier today. The rules. 5 winning entries will be selected at random from a large box after the closing date. The 6th winner will be the one who sends in the most unusual, entertaining, or otherwise gobsmacking postcard. No employees of future publishing US Gold or Castle Combe motor racing circuit are eligible for entry. What about Ocean? Only 1 entry per person is allowed. Prize winners must make their own transport arrangements to and from Castle Combe. Maps will be provided. 1 parent or guardian may accompany any prize winner. Who knows, they might even get a go in a cart themselves. Bribes, threats, or anguished telephone calls will make no difference to the judge's decision and will be absolutely final and no mistake. The final closing date for this competition is Thursday, October 18th. Any entries received after this date will be converted back into trees and planted in South America. Karting Compo Crazy Questions. Okay, so you want to win a place on Amstrad Action Super Brillo Day Out Karting at Castle Combe, eh? Well, first of all, you've got to demonstrate a profound knowledge of A, Amstrad Action, B, motor racing, and C, home economics. Well, come on now, these are important issues. Okay then, motor racing first. 2 questions for you here. All you have to do is pick the right answer. 1, which of the following is not a famous racing driver? A, Ayrton Senna. B, Gerhard Berger. C, Marcel Proust. 2, what is the Nürburgring? A racing circuit. B, an opera by Wagner. C, a shopping centre in Hamburg. Okay, now for the Amstrad Action questions. Yep, we want to make sure you know all about Britain's best mag. Which of the following has not been an Amstrad Action editor? There may be more than one. A. Chris Anderson. B. Vlad the Impaler. C. Bob Wade. D. Archduke Ferdinand. E. Steve Carey. F. Rod Lawton. 4. Amstrad Action is published in Bath. What is the name of the river that runs through the elegant Georgian city, this cultural nexus, this gleaming jewel nestling? P.S. It's the river that joins Avonmouth and Bradford on Avon. A. The Avon. B. The Danube. C. The Orinoco. Finally, since we're arranging a special Amstrad Action birthday cake to be made, we want to make sure you know one end of a gâteau from the other. 5. Which of the following is not a small dried fruit used in the manufacture of cakes and other comestibles? Again, there may be more than one. A. Guatemala. B. Raisin. C. Marrow. D. Sultana. E. Iguana. 6. Marie Antoinette once said of the French peasantry, let them eat A. Sweet and sour fried rice, mate. Sweet and sour fried rice twice, mate. B. Cake. C. A small village in Cumbria. Right then, think you know all the answers? Do you? Well, write them down on a postcard and send them to us at the following address. Now then, don't forget to include the following. 1. Your name. Very important this. 2. Your address. Well, just as important really. And don't forget that the closing date is October the 18th. Plus, the 6th winner in the competition will be the entrant who submits the best postcard, most original, amusing, unusual, etc. Not bad, eh? So now you know what you've got to do, don't you? Well then, get going. More detail electronics stuff. Oh no, we've got the birthday cassette. Cover tape. But I've got a disc drive. Another Brill AA cover tape. Oh. We're celebrating in style, so come on in and join the fun. We've got a present for all our loyal readers. You'll find it stuck onto the front of this issue. So basically got a demo of Ivan Iron Man Stewart's Off-Road and the full game of Tau City. Is that it though? Is that all of it? I guess so. I was the apprentice. This dude. Zolo, an apprentice to the master of the Guild of Magicians, is young, talented, and wise beyond his years. Yeah, sure looks it. Though he has another 400 years of apprenticeship to serve. Zolo has been given glimpses of brilliance. His reward is a chance to enter the guild, provided he can cross the bewitched and dangerous world of Fumo, the dragon. The world of Fumo is colourful and full of cute but intelligent inhabitants. There are many hidden levels and rooms which can only be entered after solving different puzzles. Zolo will need all his guile, wit, and mastery of his craft to solve the complex puzzles. His youth and agility will be an asset as he journeys through the bewitching, colourful land of Fumo. An arcade adventure full of colour, superb graphics, and intrigue to grip attention from start to finish. Correct, 1990, Rainbow Arts, distributed in the UK by Soft Gold. Sugar and Spice, Scandal and Vice. This could be it. All the dish and everyone's favourite entrepreneur. The definitive story has arrived. James Leach puts on his reading specs. Alan Sugar, the Amstrad story. Century, 1499. 366 pages. It's a big book. Good news, fascinating insight into Amstrad, the company. Bad news, a homage rather than a critique. Sounding off, this month James Pinto gazes into his crystal ball and looks into the future, as well as covering the Ent command and much more. Where's this gets 2 pages? The James Key Pimental Pinto guide to building a drum kit using only a magnetic disc and a magazine. Requirements: 1 copy of Rainbird's music system, plus £23,500 cheque made payable to me. Okay, sure that'll be worth it. This month add a drum kit to your synthesized ensemble. Here we go. Kiwis on BMXs, the day in the life. Confused you will be. There are just 2 fields of human endeavour where the trusty CPC has proved to be its weight in gold. 2 Amstrad Action readers explain. Look, you ain't got a picture of a kiwi in the corner. The Easter holiday, a brilliant sunny weekend with a mild north-easterly wind in Christchurch, New Zealand, perfect for the New Zealand National BMX Championship. 600 children aged from 4 to over 40 have gathered from all over the country for the final showdown to find the year's best BMX riders in a riot of kids, bikes, helmets and logo besplattered uniforms. For months they have been racing in the national qualifying rounds, stacking up their scores in the points tables in preparation for this weekend. Now all that training, the merciless raids on Dad's wallet to feed the bikes, and the hours spent fine-tuning them come together for 3 days of hectic racing. There are 34 different racing groups catering for all combinations of age, sex and bike type from 5 and under to 40 and over. With up to 6 heats, plus quarters, semis and finals in each group, the pressure is really on, and it is rare for there to be more than 2 minutes between start of one race and the next. 30 metres beyond the finish line, the panting riders slam their front wheels against the large log as they line up in their finishing order in front of the scoring booth. Discs on the front of their bikes carry their club and bike numbers, which are logged on the scoring sheets. Minutes later, a young Australian visitor runs to their father. Dad, I won my race, and I'm running 6th overall. Don't be silly, kid. They won't know your overall position for hours yet. But they do. It's all on the big notice board over there. She points to a 20-metre-long scoreboard, partially obscured by dozens of competitors and spectators poring over the lists. Father's gasped as flabbered. How do they do it? The pace may be frantic on the track, but in the caravan beside the scoring booth, 2 Amstrad CPCs, a 664 and a 6128, are cruising. On Easter Friday, practice day, a database of each entrant in the competition was built up on software developed especially for the NX BMX Association by Mark Rogers of Hamilton, New Zealand. The computers have on disk each competitor's name, club name, bike type and number, and their 3 best scores from the national qualifying rounds. On the race days, runners bring their scoring sheets over, the numbers are keyed in, and the printer zips out up-to-the-minute results for posting before the riders have stopped panting. After 2 days of this, the keyboard operators, Ruth Hutchinson and Karen Rose, admit to being a tad frazzled, but the CPCs are not finished yet. While the humans unwind and get ready for the prize-giving and evening disco, the computers crunch the numbers to finally combine the competition results with the NQR scores to find the overall champions. Up to 2 years ago, mere mortals had to beaver away from 5 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. before the prize giving could start. The last results may not have been available until 11 p.m. This tended to shoot a hole in the festivities. With so many young children feeling like bed by then, the disco had all the aerodynamic qualities of a house brick. This Easter weekend, the Amstrad CPCs had the grand final results, giving the New Zealand ranking for all 640 riders off the printers by 5:30 p.m, and the humans were left to enjoy the rest of the evening, boogieing the night away, and all thanks to the trusty Amstrads. NB, any BMX enthusiasts interested in finding out more about this software should contact Tim Hutchinson. Ooh, got an address. We should pop over. Who needs an IBM when they can use a CPC? What is this other one? Who needs a PC? Who indeed? Certainly not MJ Parkins, BSc, a mechanical engineer back at college to get his MSc. He reckons a CPC is as good as any IBM clone. Here's his view of the prospects and credibility of the CPC. Oh well. It's already 9:15. We should move on. Ugh. 2-in-1 will go. A couple of months ago, AA featured the definitive CPC to PC transfer article. Well, it was almost definitive. Another similar program has appeared on the scene, just too late for a place in that review. But we think it's good enough, as you'll discover, for a review of its very own. 2-in-1, £24.95 disc, micro style. The program in question is 2-in-1, being sold now by Microstyle. It originally came from Moonstone Software. Well, no good news or bad news. Basically, better. Ordinary locomotive basic not good enough for you? Think you need something with a bit more power, do you? Well, if you do, Ultra Basic could be just the program to get. Ultra Basic, £6, disc, by Michael Scott. Scotland. Good news, a good selection of programs for £6. Bad news, the extra commands aren't always that useful. Look at that, it's an advertisement for Microstyle. Here's Moonstone's 2-in-1, $24.95, right here. Happy birthday, Max Sam. Action test, it's time. First console release from Titus and 3 Ubisoft crackers. The Iron Lord, 4 discs, full of great gothic graphics and Ubisoft's fairy tale epic. Fire and Forget, 2. Can you save the world from nuclear oblivion in this ferocious console blast? Suck your way to success with Night Hunter on page 58. Or 56. Hard to tell. Demonic dynamic gameplay, the devilish goings-on start on page 52. Can you stop Hitler's panzers in the Battle of the Bulge? War breaks out on page 58. No, I'm sorry, this is just too silly. If you can get past the 16-ton weights, head for page 48. First review, finally. It's Monty Python's Flying Circus. Monty Python's Flying Circus. By Virgin. $9.99 cassette, $14.99 disc, joystick or keys. And now for something completely different. The true love story of Ken Shabby and Rosemary. No, actually it's the game of the film of the program of the soundtrack of Monty Python's Flying Circus. Learn how to recognize several different types of trees from quite long away. Argue with people. Do silly walks. Speak in a whining nasal monotone, changing the word and to swollen every time it occurs. Sit in pubs and quote the parrot sketch with your friends for hours. Yes, it's time to don your silly hat, lock the door and put down that cabinet minister. You're about to enter an extremely surreal world. You are Mr. D.P. Gumby, complete with knotted hanky on head, picture of sartorial elegance. But as so often happens, your brain has split into 4 parts and run away. Don't ask why, we don't expect the kind of Spanish Inquisition. Whoosh! Nobody expects a Spanish Inquisition. Our main weapon is fear and surprise. Our 2 main weapons are... Anyway, brainless Gumby must undertake to find the missing parts. He walks off and becomes a fish. He swims off into the pipes and tubes of the TV program's opening sequence, shooting at tins of beans and eggs and lumps of cheese, as well as encroaching nasties such as Eric the Halferbees, dead parrots, and flying feet. Hidden in all this are tins of spam. Spam, 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 spam. Lovely spam, wonderful spam. Yes, you need the spam. Collect 16 tins of it and you'll progress to level 2. Having enticed a quarter of your brain back. Level 2 sees Gumby, no relation to E.J. Gumby or L.D. Gumby, the famous playwright, back in his body. Still firing at nasties, collecting food for his energy levels, and probably summarising Proust. He must find more spam. Ranged against him are ministers of silly walks, moving mouths, and of course exploding cats. Obviously. The idea of this level is exactly the same. Collect 16 tins of spam. Spam, 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 spam. Shut up, bloody Vikings. And you gain another part of the brain. fail, and you may as well nail your head to a coffee table. On level 3, you will come up against the Spanish Inquisition. Whoosh! Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition! Cardinal Biggles, get the comfy chair! And level 4, not one person working on any magazine in the entirety of future publishing has ever got that far. So you'll have to find out for yourselves. As you may have gathered, the gameplay may be daft, but it ain't stupid. Indeed, it's pretty tough right from the start. Some of the baddies are intelligent and follow you around, sapping your energy unless you can kill them quickly, while the coveted spam tins are hidden around the place, requiring you to be careful about finding and collecting them. Some are booby-trapped and require a touch of lateral thought, as well as deft joystick movement. There are many stunningly hidden screens on all of the levels, with seemingly impossible exits, entrances, and 16-ton weights suspended precariously above. You can explore these and get from giant rock. Am I missing something? Oh, and get extra points. If you live in Leeds or Sheffield, you can also tie a piece of string to your toe and go bong. For probably good reason, your score at the start of the game is 99,999,999. As you progress, it gets lower, so you are continually aspiring for the day's lowest score. You gain an extra life for every 10 million points lost. Strange, but not as strange as the man with a tape recorder up both his and his brother's nose. Gumby's motivation for all this magnitude is simple. He wants to be a chartered accountant. We understand his dilemma. We didn't want to be games reviewers. We wanted to be lumberjacks. Leaping from tree to tree in British Columbia, but enough dreaming. Back to Gumby. He fondly believes his brain will be an asset in his chosen profession, so must retrieve the pieces without losing his 3 lives. And spam is the key. Spam, 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 spam. Yes, all right. Monty Python is a very slick game. The intro screen and a famous logo, roughly hewn from giant rock, and a boppy version of the theme music plays in the background. The graphics for the game are as near to Terry, not Jones, Gilliam's animations as the CPC will allow, and they move well with no flickering or jerkiness. The screens change bit by bit rather than scrolling smoothly, which fits in quite well with the exploratory nature of the game. The backgrounds are detailed but not messy, and the nasty X-parrots and so on that attack are nicely drawn. During the game you hear the sounds of the little fishes that Gumby uses as offensive weapons being fired, as well as the other nasties being blown up. They often make little sounds to announce the appearance too, the net result being a satisfying cacophony of blasting, squidging, and appearing noises. Initially the game is a bit overwhelming, and the Pythonesque humour is so concentrated that you sit and laugh at it all, because it is very silly indeed. But as you progress further and further, you realise it is a very real challenge. This is not a game you will master easily. However, there is a possibility that unless you're an incredibly dedicated fan of Mrs. Cleese Palin et al., or have an incredibly short memory, you'll cease laughing at the humour and start to notice that each level of the game has exactly the same objectives. The graphics differ, as do the movements of the sprites, but the essential similarities remain. It is a very good game though, and is pitched at just the right difficulty level to make it compelling as you try to get further and further towards that accountancy job. The Monty Python idea is certainly a good one, and is done well. You do need to be acquainted with the programs to understand a lot of it, but it is funny, and you can have a great time avoiding the Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects and looking for all the lovely spam, wonderful spam. Actually, it really is about time that they show Monty Python's Flying Circus again on TV. Hello, is that the BBC? I want to register a complaint. Wing Commander James Telescope Vol Strangler Margrove Leach, Mrs. Spam. Spam. First data score, complete the first level. Second opinion, The Larch. Missed anything in? Nope. Yeah, okay. The verdict. Graphics, 88%. Great Gilliam-esque animation. Sonics, 81%. Oh, how does a dead parrot sound? Grab factor, 87%. You'll chuckle a good deal. Staying power, 82%. Python fans will never get tired. AA rating, 84%. That's a real goer. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more. Okay, now we get to play it. Actually, I've got to remember the version I'm using has copy protection. That's worth going through. So yeah, I should get that ready. There's the code sheet. All right. Okay. Click the window. There it is. Okay. Okay. Copyright notice. This program is protected under UK copyright law and may not be copied, hired, or reproduced or otherwise modified without the consent of the copyright owner. Warning! It is a criminal offence to sell, hire, offer, or expose for sale, or hire, or otherwise distribute infringing illegal copies of this computer program, and persons found doing so will be prosecuted. Press fire to continue. Cheese block protection system. Identify this cheese. Use joystick and fire button to select name of cheese. So which one is it? It is apparently Taleggio. Identify this cheese. It is Edama. Correct cheese identification. Your superlative knowledge of fermented curd and cheesy comestibles will certainly aid you in your quest for brains. Monty Python's Flying Circus, based on Monty Python's Flying Circus, copyright 1990, Python Productions Limited. Yeah. Flying Python's Circus Monty. Circus Monty Flying Pythons. Monty Python's flying. See, they got it right. Oh, no. Circus Monty flying pythons. Alright, let's go. Here's our dude. Oh no, weights. There's a 16-ton weights. And down we go. Now we're a fish. Ah, roots. Go through that way. Ooh. I can't go back. Oh. Oh, dead. Got a lot of stuff shooting at me here. What is it? Is that spam? I don't know. It fills my life though. This is something. Can I go down there? Oh! Oh! Sick area! Oh! I didn't expect that. Okay. Oh boy. This is a mini boss. go this way? No, I guess not. Oh, jeez. What are these things? These two dudes. Oh. Now what have we got up here? I can't get close enough. Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh, there you go. We did it. Time bonus. Cheese bonus. Spam bonus. Pieces of brain 0. Oh, look, look at Sunny walk. Oh. You don't want to fall down there. How do I get up here? No, without killing myself. I'm confused here. It's a hole up there. I assume that's where you're supposed to go, but how? Oh! Like that. Obviously. Oh no, I've got cats. Oh, she's gonna explode. Game over. Today's lowest score, 9,953,483. Oh boy. Not sure if I want to play for that first stage again, but it's an interesting game. Maybe I'd like to come back to that. Alright. Next game is Iron Lord by Ubisoft. 1999, disc only. By joystick only, even. It's another place and another time. A land of mystery and adventure, good and evil, lies before you. A land you must travel from end to the other, for you have a quest to perform, and the very future of your country is at stake. The scenario for Iron Lord relies on one of those very detailed histories that will either set your pulse racing with the enchantment of it all, or bore you to death. You are the heir to the throne of this incredible land, but have been away participating in crusades for a while. Annoyingly, however, when you return, you find that your uncle Zolfar, the king's brother, has taken over and is ruling the land with an evil and heavy hand. You are naturally appalled that this travesty should have occurred, so you decide to stir the populace into rebellion, thus enabling you to take your rightful place, and also dishing out a good hiding to your old unk. It is a time of fear and turmoil. Your base during the game is in the ruins of your ancestor's castle. One tower stands intact, and it is here you must make your strategic decisions. You must leave it, though, to ride around the kingdom, proving to your people that you are fit to lead them into open revolt. To show your true mettle, you must complete several tasks. These can be attempted in any order, depending on where you wish to ride first. The biggest test is the archery competition, taking place in the nearby village. You have several rounds in which to hit a target, getting progressively further away. Your best shot of 4 is the only one that counts, so you can correct after each shot until you're in the bullseye. You adjust the direction, elevation, and strength of each shot, taking the wind and speed and direction into account. It isn't easy. If you get through each round, though, you gain enormous respect and prestige. This is what it's all about. In another village, you will find a games house full of people playing dice, arm wrestling, and drinking heavily. It's another chance to prove yourself a man. If you take your part in the arm wrestling, you must waggle the joystick very quickly and smoothly to overpower your opponent. Beat 9 opponents consecutively, and more prestige is heaped upon you. You might then decide to move to the gaming table. You can play a game of choice, betting on the outcome of dice rolling. If you're persistent and lucky, you can double your stash of pieces of gold. This money is needed when interacting with other characters, of which there are many. When you enter a building, you meet the people inside. You can have conversations with them, buy things from them, and even give things to them. These other characters are the key to the game. You must find out what is going on in the kingdom, and also persuade them to join you in your fight against the mighty Zolfar. However, we could only get our hands on an early hot off the presses French version of the game, so we can't be too exact about the conversations. However, as you select the phrases you wish to speak, this wasn't too much of a problem. Ubisoft has wisely steered clear of text inputting, choosing instead of multiple choice interface. That's not to say, of course, that you'll find all the characters in the game are as chatty and amenable as you are. Some, like the gorgeous pouting extra barmaid in the game's house, just don't succumb to flattery, or couldn't care less about the war of supremacy. Others are actually on old Zolly's side, causing you to make a swift exit. Gradually, as you travel around the world, as you travel around between the locations on your trusty black steed, doing good and wronging rights, you build up a following, and the enemy are active. An assassin could spring upon you as you leave the safety of a village. You must parry his sword strikes until you grab the chance to skewer him viciously. If you lose a fight, it's game over, so it pays to be ready. There are many subplots for you to discover. Some require distinctly lateral thinking and the help of other characters. But nurture your acolytes, plying them with gifts and weapons, and they'll form the whole army to back you up. Having gained the support of the plebs, you must return to the castle and mass your troops. The scene shifts onto a battle map upon which you move your forces. This stage is a fairly simple strategy game, which won't really stand up on its own, but is fine as an advanced section in this game. If your armies achieve success here, there is an arcade section to complete. It takes place in Zolfar's Labyrinth, which has 6 levels infested by acid-bearing monsters, which must be killed if you are to progress further. Like the battle, this should really be seen as a bonus rather than an arcade game in its own right. Iron Lord is a really big game using all 4 sides of 2 discs. There's a deal of disc swapping to put up with during play, but it is all quite quick and it certainly is worth it. The graphics are simply breathtaking. Many of them are static, but they look like illustrations in a children's book. The whole land bathed in a russet glow, enhancing the fairy tale atmosphere of the game. And there are plenty of graphics too. All the characters are displayed with wonderful artistry and detail. Their eyes and mouths move beautifully as they speak. Many of the locations are shown with the same attention to detail, and an overall map of the land is viewed during every journey. A little horse and rider seen galloping furiously along the winding lanes, and a close-up picture of you and just on your steed is seen as well. The animation is magnificent. Sound is well up to the usual very high French standard. Vaguely medieval, very evocative tunes play at certain points, and action sequences such as the dice throwing and archery have spot effects. Although the music adds to the fun, you can switch it off. Useful if you've been playing for hours and it's starting to grate. As Iron Lord is such an epic game, you can save and reload your position. Unfortunately, to do this, you must return to your castle and access the save menu there. But then this does stop those irritating save messages from clogging up other menus and phases. Control is entirely by joystick. Icons and pointers are used extensively, and these work as well as with a real mouse. The displays excellent graphics, notwithstanding, are very smooth and well finished. Each screen scrolls neatly away, and new screens sliding into place as they're called up. For the level of detail, it all works very quickly, and puts a great many other games to shame. The quest you are sent on is varied enough to avoid repetition of certain tasks, but all the aspects seem right in the context of the storyline. The gambling and archery sequences also fit in nicely. Iron Lord simply has amazing style. However, the quest idea either appeals to you or it doesn't. There have been many travelling around and saving the kingdom type games, and Iron Lord itself isn't new, having been around on other machines for a long time. Nevertheless, it stands head and shoulders above the others in the geek genre. It's fun to play and wonderful to look at. There is enough here to satisfy the most demanding adventurer. But the game is never dense or impenetrable. Inevitably, you pay a high price for such a big game, but you can lose yourself in Iron Lord for hours. You'll love every minute of it. Brave Sir James Iron Britches Leach. First day target score, win the archery competition. Ooh. Singed opinion. As James says in the review, you ever like the old swords and sorcery genre or you don't? I'm afraid I don't. The whole thing is beautifully put together and quite unique on the CPC, but yuck. The verdict, graphics, 95%. Storybook pictures, seriously artistic. Sonics, 88%. Wonderfully atmospheric tunes. Grab factor, 91%. Easy to get to grips with, but full of detail. Staying power, 92%. You'll want to keep playing until you complete it. AA rating, 92%. Iron Lord is a beautiful, varied fantasy game. And it's not available in English. Ubisoft never finished their English version. So we have to play the French version. Gotta recapture, because of course. Okay. Let's go. Time for Iron Lord. Skull. Yeah, spinning logo. Spin it. let's go. Spin that logo some more. Get it all in French. Fire to start. Oh, already swapping discs. Yeah, two sides of 2 discs. Huh? There, a little pointer. This is where we are. Yes. Trying to figure out what's clickable though is another thing. Okay, that's clickable. There you go, you're going. Oh boy, what's disc 1 again? Oh, I've got a Lawmaster. Pondering his orb. This is a menu of some sort. Inventory. The other stuff. I'm gonna have to translate this, aren't I? Yeah. Time to get the phone. Yeah, Google Translate. A minute. Alright. Bottom one's examine. I got it. I guess the top one's inventory or something. Discuss. Buy. Join. This is in your pocket. That's inventory. I don't know. And examine. Alright. I have no idea what this is. Homage to you by Sorcerer. Okay. One epic, one armor noir, one cape. Oh, I know what a cape is. I should have 150 pieces of gold. What can we buy? does that mean? No object. Can't buy nothing. Well, that was handy. Back to disc 2 we go. Alright. I think the archery contest is around here, I think. Oh boy, war translation. You're in the small village of Châteauneuf. Here the great annual archery competition takes place. We got a little dude running around here. What's that say now? All is calm. The people have gone to the archery tournament. You will find the herbalist near the fountain. Fountain. There's a fountain somewhere here. Is that the fountain? Is it a fountain or a well? Who knows? Now what does it say? To the northwest is the entrance to the great annual archery competition. Northwest, huh? There's northwest. About as northwest I can go. Sure you want me to go? Well, guess you can leave and do something else. What's up here? Here is Corando. There's an inn here and a merchant who has a reputation for being a swindler. I know we can actually. Oh. The house to the west belongs to the merchant with a reputation as a swindler. Beware! Who's that in? You're in the sparsely populated part of this village. You need to go further west. Oh. It's over here. To the south, there is an entrance to the. Further south, there is the entrance to the inn. It is open day and night and seems prosperous. So, how far south? Oh. This one? Oh, this dude. This is the merchant. This is the inn. I don't know. Greetings, innkeeper. Our inn is very well run. Are your affairs prosperous? Do you have any information about the strange chaotic army that is sowing terror in our lands? Oh, here we go. I'll click on the message. Customers peddle strange stories about creatures that roam the forest. Certainly material scouts. Entertainment of evil scouts. Don't know what you're talking about here. Scouts. Oh, I don't know what it's... Greetings, sir. You will find good food and fodder here. Buying. Beer. It will not translate move them, it just gives me that. A little brandy. A meal. Oh, what? Just give me beer. One piece. Sure. Hiccups! Not bad! I've 49 pieces of gold left. This place is not without charm. The innkeeper's clearly a lively fellow, and the fact that you are a knight in shining armour hardly impresses him. The fact that you are a knight doesn't impress him. Well, same thing. Okay, that doesn't really help us much. Back to desk 2. Yeah, well, let's leave. Let's go somewhere else. Disc 3! Oh! Uh-oh! Assassin. Oh boy, here we go! How does this work? You gotta do it before you hit the... Oh, it's gonna be hard. Oh! Oh, this is the weird way of doing combat. No, that's not fast enough. Oi! It's a bit of a joystick. Not fast enough! We did! all sparkly. Guess we did. You have failed! From now on, nothing will stop the darkness, chaos, and death. Back to disc 1. Not wandering around. I only get the action bits. Anywhere else we can go? Find this stupid archery contest. It's supposed to be in the northwest, wasn't it, or something? Alright. Oh. Disc 4! Oh. Oh, this dude. Okay. Oh, we just straight into it. Dude is high. Stop! What do we do? Oh. This just boot us out, does it? Yes, it does. Try it again, shall we? Disc 4. I guess it's wind. Oh. So, How do we change the... Oh. So that particular part of the icon you gotta hit. Gotta hit the arrows. Higher. Hey, we hit the target. Thumbs up. He's happy. Okay, so... Oh, we're in the center. That's always the center. Yeah, thumbs up. Schools. Oh, got 100. Oh. What does this mean? There are 6 targets remaining in the first round. Oh. Oh. There's 9 to the right. Oh, missed. Still missed. Went over it. Oh, hit it. Okay. Oh, a little short. $56. Yeah, you get 4 attempts. Best score is one that counts. 5 more rounds. Okay. Oh, missed. I expected to go a bit further left than that. Short. More warmth, maybe. No. Still short. Really? Oh! 91. Ooh. 4 rounds to go. Even further back. Oh, short and to the left. Still, oh, it's well short. Oh. Oh, short again. Damn it. Not easy to judge distance. 61. 3 rounds to go. Short. Oh. We hit the target. Target again. .43. 2 rounds to go. Oh, because he's further away. Oh, well, that's well short. Oh, that's not that short. It's more. It's short or... Nope, missed them all. Haven't too far. Well, we're not winning now. God. Lift a little bit. Oh, we hit it. Oh, it's a little short. It's a little short. 16. Oh. Eliminated, I guess it means. Sorry, you're missing 133 to qualify. You are eliminated. Good God. Alright. We'll leave it there. But, yeah, that's Iron Lord. Let's move on to the next game. Alright. Next game is Satan by Dynamic. $9.99 cassette. $14.99 disc, joystick or keys. The old devil, Beelzebub, has been up to his old tricks again. He's only gone and converted all the wizards to his evil cause. In a world without wizards, well, doom, gloom, and general unpleasantness all around, I'm afraid. There's only one thing for it: to send the bravest, strongest warrior around to fight his way through the hellish underworld to become a wizard, and eventually to do battle with Satan himself. Well, it seemed to be a good plan at the time. But who's the best man for the job? Well, with Sid the Skull Crusher down with a nasty cold, and Brian Bloodaxe with his sprained ankle, there's only you left. So you set out on your long journey to teach old Satan a lesson or two. Satan is like football in that sense that it's a game with two halves. You have to finish the first section before the computer allows you access to the second level. A password is given on completion, so do it once and you'll be able to play the second half anytime you like. The first part concerns you making your way across the land of lost magic, where you need to collect the 3 magical papyrus rolls. It's these mystical items that give you the power to transform from warrior to wizard. Of course, it's not simply a case of strolling into the land of lost magic, slipping the artifacts into your pocket, and catching the number 10 bus home again. For a start, it's not called the land of lost magic for nothing, you know. These 3 things so vital to your cause are strewn about a land so big that even if there wasn't any monsters, they'd be pretty hard to find. And there are monsters, lots of them. If you manage to locate all 3 scrolls, then it's on to the second part. Things don't get any easier. You've got to rescue as many wizards as you can from the Palace of Clouds. And then there's the matter of forever destroying the forces of evil. Could be tough. Satan bears more than a passing resemblance to the arcade game Black Tiger. However, the Amstrad version of Black Tiger was not one of the best games around, being a direct spicky port, so Satan's lack of originality is perhaps excusable. The game is constructed from horizontal platforms, which you run along, and vertical pillars that you can cling on in mid-jump, mid-leap, and climb to gain height. Jumps have to be judged quite carefully. It's easy to miss and plummet downwards for several levels. Luckily, falling large distances doesn't hurt our hero. It does waste time, however, which is in short supply. And the 3 rolls need to be found before it's too late. Plenty of hell-spawned baddies inhabit the first level. The flying gargoyles are the worst. You're never safe, as one of these monsters get reach anywhere that you can. The fact that they are equipped with flame-throwing breath doesn't help either. You're not exactly helpless though. You have unlimited firepower and you can floor the enemy with ease. Killing a nasty usually reveals a coin, and sometimes hides specials which aid you in your mission. Power-ups improve your firepower, vials restore your energy, and sand clocks credit you with oh so valuable extra minutes. Eventually you'll meet the first of the Scroll Guardians. Here you've got to blow his head off and then shoot him in the heart. Do it 3 times and you're through to level 2. As you expect from a dynamic game, the graphics are big, bold and brilliant. The backgrounds are drawn in atmospheric hues, ice cool blues contrast with the warm looking yellows and reds that make up the majority of the platforms and scenery. The monsters are especially well done. They really do look mean and menacing. The only slightly disappointing graphic is the main character. He looks decidedly wimpy compared to the opposition. A pity, as most of the time is what you're looking at. Sound is reasonable. There's no title music and songs consist of spot effects. There's plenty of explosions as the baddies bite the bullet, keeping the loudspeaker busy most of the time. Satan is tough, challenging, and very playable. The scrolling is smooth, and graphically the game rates very highly. Just be careful that old Nick doesn't get you. First day target score. Click 2 scrolls. Duck, or you'll get a haircut you'll never forget. Second opinion. Fast, furious, and fun. Satan is one hell of a game. The verdict. Graphics 89%. Beautifully drawn backdrops and sprites. Sonic 77%. FX okay. No tune. Grab factor 84%. Lots to kill. Staying power 83%. 2 tough games in one. AA rating 83%. A devil of a game. Okay. No, no cheating. Here you go, Satan. Satan. Look, it's a Spanish version. 2 for joystick. And we're starting. It even looks like Black Tiger. Platforms look just like something out of Black Tiger. Up here. Yeah. Oh, gotta power up. Uh-oh. Gonna fall. Oh. Not sure what the point of that was, but got through it. Don't jump too far. Oh, power up, power up, power up. power up. I'm sure this is probably as well powered up as we can get, I guess. Oh, nothing this way. Nothing this way. Power up again. Not that we can get more power up. So now where do we go? Oh, okay. Oh no! Run into nothing. Oh, we lose a lot of power ups if that happens. Well, they make us jump through everything here. Ooh, anything over here? Oh, we're falling again. Indeed. Indeed. Oh, God damn it. I'm rushing too much. Oh. This is a dead end as well, huh? Jeez. Jump this way then. And we're gonna fall. We're gonna fall to our death. I have no idea where we're supposed to go here. Almost dead again. Wait a minute. We're gonna go through here. Duh! Don't get our life back. Oh, ended. It's our last life, I think. Again, back on fire. You kick my ass! Power up. And dead again. Gang got out quickly. Oh no, we're still going. No, we jumped right over it. Nope. No, you passed me. Because he respawns. just walk into it. Okay. Turn around. Thank you. Oh no, time ran out. Well, that's that. It's all over when your time runs out. See what part 2 is like. Let's look up the code because I'll probably need it. Code base is 01020304. Really? That's an interesting code. Okay, it worked. Okay, let's go joystick. Pause is P. Oh, I pushed 2, didn't I? Teleport. It should be a Baja. What does that mean? Oh. Does this mean we're a wizard now? Spells. Telecard. Satan's scanner. Escudo de Fuego. Fire something. Hasha Magica. Magic X, I guess. Cargador de Energia. Energy bottle, I guess. Satan's scanner. Ayanzando. Escudo de Luz. Oh, it looks like a wizard hat. $1,500 cash. Right at. Oh, we're throwing it now. Woo. There's certainly some scrolling. Seems inconsistent. Yeah, city take a nap. Oh, jeez. No idea what I'm doing if this is actually doing any damage. I'm sure I'm dying. Money! Or I should walk back and get an energy potion or something. If I've made enough money to get one. Okay, off we go again. Can I go in here? Guess not. No. How do you get up there? I don't know what's going on here. Oh, that's where we can teleport to, right? I have no idea what's going on. Oh. Spaces quit, apparently. Apparently wanted to find it too. Okay. Who's that dude up there? How do we get up here? I'm dead. Okay. Oh, it's Satan. We'll move on. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. I think we'll do one more. Alright, next game. Ooh, Nightbreed, the action game. Monty Python's Flying Circus, the computer game. It's a good game. No, it's not. Yes, it is. What we have here is a brilliantly original and witty interpretation of the Python theme. 89%. One of the tastiest slices of alternative arcade action since Venezuelan beaver cheese. The 85%. All the screenshots. Oh, great. It's Ace and Ace 2. It's a compilation. 2 games, the budget price. By Encore. $2.99 cassette, joystick or keys. 2 flying games on 1 cassette. Although both Ace and its sequel involve air-to-air combat, neither is really a simulator. Ace is a one-player game, placing you in the cockpit of an anonymous modern fighter. Just choose a skill level, select your weapons, and take off. Targets include tanks, helicopters, other jets, and the occasional warship. They all look pretty much the same though as they jerk past. Closer up they do improve, but the game still isn't much to look at, with simple graphics and pedestrian gameplay. So there's no sense of speed or excitement as you fly around, navigating the simple strategic map display. This also displays other airfields and air-to-air refueling tankers. The refueling is done quite well, if very simply. Options also exist to select day or night, or the season. Winter is recommended for green screens. Ace 2 has a split screen allowing 2 players to dogfight. Again, it is jerky and slow, with the horizon rolling in 30-degree chunks. The update for each screen is such that evasive action doesn't register on the opponent's screen for a few seconds, giving ample time to fire. 3D effects also seem shaky, with so many skillful Tom Cruise maneuvers are useless. Being able to see the enemy's cockpit display doesn't improve the cat and mouse aspect either. As in Ace 1, you should use cannon to down the foe. You also have missiles, but these seem useless and only slow up the screen even more. Both games will be frustrating to the sim buff, owing to their overpowering simplicity and lack of atmosphere. But together, this cheapness might appeal, possibly as a diverting, if slow, dip into the old-fashioned three-dimensional arcade games. The dogfighting in Ace 2 is a novel touch, making it much better. James Biggles Leach. Second opinion. My weird flight sims have come a long way since this one first saw the light of day. Can you go wrong for £2.99 though? Yes, probably. Ace verdict. Graphics 36%, Sonics 30%, grab factor 31%, staying power 34%, AA rating 33%. Oh dear, it will crash and burn. Okay. Ace first day target score, destroy any target. Ace 2 first day target score, shoot down your mate. Right. Ace 2 verdict. Graphics 43%, Sonics 31%, grab factor 44%, staying power 40%, AA rating 40%. Better, you get one-on-one dogfighting. That's about it. We've played Ace before. It was reviewed in issue 17, I think it was. I did look it up. We have done it before, but we haven't done Ace 2 before. Guess what that means. Yeah, you got to play that. So, yeah. Okay. Here we go. The ultimate head-to-head conflict. Sure. Commence conflict. Combatants 1 player. Computer skill level 1. Combat scenario. Close range dogfight. Both planes are already flying and armed with short range missiles only. Good, we don't have to take off. Remember from Ace 1, trying to take off was awful. Crash detection on. Number of planes each 3. Missile hits to kill aircraft 3. Alright, let's go. Open payload. Take off. Right joystick. Okay. Here we go. 2 players. I don't know what I'm aiming for here, really. Oh, did he hit me or did I hit him? Oh, I don't know. Bearing north-northwest. Bearing northwest. So I have to go this way then. Oh. He hit me. I'll do a barrel roll, jeez. Okay. Jeez. This is a frame rate. We fly upside down. Bearing northeast. Should probably stop firing. Bearing west. Range 0.1. Bearing east-southeast. Yeah, I think a little too close here. Okay, let's do it upside down. I think it's going to help us something. Yeah. 20 points from something. Oh, she's right behind me. Time to go. Whee! I can see myself do a loop. How's he keeping me in sight though? Yes, I'm the one at the top. This is skill level 1. This is supposed to be easy, isn't it? Ooh. Saw him. There he is. Come back here. Fly sideways. get you eventually. No idea where he is now. Oh, I saw it. I saw it. Here we go again. Whee! This way. Yeah, this is exciting. Oh. Okay, how do I hit him? Come on. Come on, where are you? Oh, here it is. God. $40, $60. Oh, we should hit him. We're in him. How many hits is it going to take to hit him? Kill him. Oh, God. Get back here. Get back here. Wait, sit still. I'm not sure this is much of a flight sim in the first place. It's just find. Oh, there he is. Come on, come here. Find him and shoot him. Come on. He's around here somewhere. Is he above me or below me? It's the same level. Southwest. Oh, okay. Time to another flip. Whee! Oh, here he is. Here he is. Come here. Back here. Where are you? Oh, there he goes. Come here, so I shoot you. I'm getting some hits in. I mean, it's gonna take a while to kill him. I'm running out of ammunition at this rate. We're into his pools. Where'd he go? Yeah, I think I've had enough of this already. This is what it is. It's just one-on-one dog fight against either the computer or another player. Oh, he's found me already. Just have him shoot me down, see what happens. I mean, he knows how to use missiles. Oh, you guys are shooting. I ain't going nowhere. Just keep doing it. Speed us up. Whee. Crazy flying. I'm rolling around. Whee. Let's do it this way then.